What is going on today? We are back at it. I'm in the same spot that I was at last week. If you watched the last episode of Unearthing Southern Relics and Artifacts, you've seen where I was coming across what I believe to be a Civil War crossing. Really, I think probably just a crossing in general. I think it dates back pre-Civil War. There's a big plantation house over here that was an infirmary during the Civil War. I've been coming across a lot of cool things. So I'm back out here today. I want to get back at it and see what else we can find. The reason I didn't really get a whole lot of it in the last time was because at the end of the day is when I started to come across most of the relics. So I was cut short on time. But today we have a full day ahead of us. Hoping to pull out a lot of cool things today. I just dug my first target. Let's check it out.
Three, two, one.
All right, so this first target was a doozy. And I haven't made it far. You know, we're probably maybe 30, 40 yards away from the highway right here, the bridge. And this target, y'all, it was so deep. Like, it's just crazy how deep it was. I mean, you see all the rocks and sand and just, you know, just rubble that I pulled up out of this hole. And I come across what looks to be some kind of marking stake. Now, I don't believe this is too old. I do believe it is old because of how deep it was. And it's just got that smell. It's got that same smell that the axe and stuff had. It's just got this rich, I don't know, almost kind of like a turpentine smell. It's very, very odd. All right, so you can see our second target. I actually dug it up over there, but just laid it back in the water because it's actually quite heavy. It was right on top. It was kind of just blended in with the rocks and everything. So it was kind of hard to see, but hard to miss. All right, so I got a target right here, a third target, and as I was digging it, I pulled this piece out. Yeah, it's just a piece of rock, but if you look closely on this edge, it looks and appears like it's been worked. All right, so I just dug another target right there, and as I was digging, found this little fella right here. Hey, buddy, Will. There's actually a turtle right over there. I'm sure that's what he's looking for, is this guy. We'll let him go back. Be free. But I did get my target up, and this is what it is. Check that out. Now, what I believe this to be is a knife. All right, so right there was the knife. Come up a little piece, and right here, we have a bullet. All right, so we're on a little bit of a roll now. Bullet number 2. Let's take a look at it. So there's bullet number 2. It actually looks kind of like a little raisin or something, huh? Or like a deer turd, honestly. Getting gnawed on. But that is a bullet all day. All right, so I've had 3 straight bullet finds, and this one is in excellent shape. I mean, it looks like it might have grazed the target there, right on the tip, but check that out. 3 straight bullets, and we found all that just on the way to the crossing here. All right, so taking a little break, a little lunch snack break. It's an absolutely beautiful spot right here. You know, I'm thankful to be able to get out and do these kind of things and have some fun and then share it with y'all as well. But I'm taking a little break. I just kind of want to let y'all know a few things just for the end. I'm actually partnered up with Goosey Girl Creations, and we've got decals up, y'all. We got shirts available. Really anything you want to make. It ain't even got to be related to Unearthing Southern Relics. Just, you know, if you got some ideas of your own for some things that you'd like to get made up for your hobbies, whether it be metal detecting or searching for Native American artifacts, or whatever it may be, reach out to me or reach out to her at Goosey Girl Creations. She's on Instagram, she's on Etsy, she's on Facebook. She's working on getting some content out there, but she's going to be the one to hook you up with those things. Just does an absolutely great job. But other than that, I just want to kind of, you know, a little halfway break here. Just thank everybody for watching, and let's enjoy the rest of this Pop-Tart and let's get back at it. Let's see what we got. All right, so the first find after the little lunch break. Head stamp. That is a Peters Victor. All right, so I just dug up my target over here, and right where the metal detector is, that's where I found it. But I actually found two things over here. Metal detector picked up a Federal Monarch, which these date back to the early 1900s, late 1800s. So that's a pretty cool find. I love finding head stamps, y'all. But that's not Civil War era, so that's kind of, you know, a bummer. But check this piece out. Tell me that's not interesting. It's kind of got that little bit of a bowl in there. All right, I dug up another pretty cool piece here, and it's just kind of solidifies that this was a spot where we had a crossing. Now, I'm not sure how far this piece dates back, but let's take a look at it. It took me a while to get this dug out because it was under some big rocks. But look at this right here. I believe that to be a piece of an old plow. All right, so just found another piece of iron over there. Not quite sure what that is. All right, so I've been doing some digging, y'all. This area back here, all this rock and stuff. Oh man, you got to like move boulders and rocks, and it's just, you're fighting it with both hands. You can't even use a digging tool. I mean, it's like just, you got to just dig some of. So the tip of my fingers are just wore out. Now I have found two different items since the last one that I showed you. And it's taken me a while to dig both of these out. So here's the first one. I am not sure what that is. Honestly, I believe it's like a broke hook that goes to a chain. I believe that's what that is. Now over here, I have found something equally as cool, if not cooler. So let's check it out. All right, so you see that big freaking chunk of rock right there? It was down in this hole, and I was only getting a half a reading. I couldn't, you know, on the swing back, I wouldn't be able to get it picked up. So I had to pull that rock back, and you talk about heavy, man. Whew, had to use some leverage. It was completely flipped over. And I've dug and dug and dug and dug and dug. I mean, this hole right here, as you see, I'm ankle deep right here. Check out how deep it is right here. It's halfway up my leg there, almost to my kneecap. But if you look right there, that's what I dug up. And it would make sense as to why that would be there with this big old chunk of rock. And that is hand forged chain link right there. I mean, look at the chain. That is old. It's just falling apart, and look what it's doing to my hands. But I actually dropped a piece over there.